R.I.P. Shama? Oh my gosh. Will somebody stop hitting me, please? I hate this game. Badnik.
Sure
Badnik mechanic. Come on. No. By the way, Badnik mechanic, amazing dude. Awesome YouTube channel. Watch them. They're hilarious.
Are they in
Alright, hey everyone, so welcome back to another Sonic News update video, and today we're going to be talking about everybody's favourite thing, merchandise. So some of you might remember a company by the name of GE Entertainment, or Great Eastern Entertainment if you want their full name. And if you collect Sonic merchandise, or even have the slightest interest in it, you might remember that they were very popular between 2010 to 2015. And the reason for their popularity is they started to churn out tons of Sonic merchandise, but it wasn't the usual suspects that you would see. They would actually start doing merchandise based on the lesser popular characters. So characters like the Babylon Rogues, and even characters like Rouge the Bat were also getting merchandise made, as well as the usual suspects such as Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles. They were quite active during the time when Jazzwares had the Sonic license, and they would often kind of complement each other. Whilst Jazzwares would typically make Sonic figures, GE Entertainment would usually make plushies and various other lines of products that Jazzwares didn't usually do. But when Tomy became the master toy partner, GE Entertainment kinda started to slow down, and there was a lot of rumours that they'd actually lost the rights to the Sonic license. Now, they did actually still have the rights to make Sonic products, but it was greatly reduced. In fact, it became a point where it was just one new product per year, or several smaller items such as pin badges or key rings and the odd throw blanket. There was nothing amazing. The days of them releasing a new amazing plush every month were long gone. Well, about a year ago, there were some rumours that they may have actually acquired the rights to make Sonic plushies again, and this was cemented when they released a giant jumbo-sized Rouge plush as well as a couple of other plushies. But since then they went a little bit quiet, until a few days ago. A few days ago, several listings started to appear on several toy websites such as Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth, and Toy Wiz, which appeared to show GE Entertainment plushies. It seems that GE Entertainment are re-releasing a large quantity of their entire back catalogue of Sonic items. Ooh. So what is it that they're actually releasing? Well, as you would expect, of course, we're getting some new Sonic plushies. There's a modern version and what appears to be a classic version as well. One of them's 12 inches tall, the other one's 8 inches tall, and to be honest, I'm really not surprised that they're re-releasing a Sonic plush. It's a very, very safe bet. So yeah, we're getting some Sonic plushies re-released. But what's more interesting is they're actually re-releasing some lesser popular characters, or variants of more popular characters, such as this one, a Super Shadow plush. So this isn't a new item. In fact, it was released several years ago, but it was only available for a very short period of time. It is a Super Shadow plush. In fact, it's the first and only Super Shadow plush, at least I think so, that has ever been made, and it falls under GE Entertainment's product line. So I'm quite happy to see this re-released, in fact, because this is going to be true for a lot of the products I'm going to be talking about in this video. GE Entertainment has a lot of problems with people bootlegging their products, because they typically make plushies. Plushies are quite prime real estate for bootleggers to try and take and basically make unofficial versions of, and I'm pretty sure that the Super Shadow plush was one of those plushies that did at one point get heavily bootlegged, so I'm quite pleased to see that, and also I think a lot of Shadow fans will be very happy to get their hands on this if they missed out the first time. So what else are they releasing? Well, if you can believe it, they're re-releasing the Hedgehog plush. Now, I am shocked that this is getting re-released, because the Hedgehog's been this weird thing ever since Sonic Unleashed came out. It keeps popping up in secondary media, such as this book that got released a couple of years ago, and of course it occasionally pops up in, well, the former Archie comics. I'm not sure if it's appeared in IDW even as a mention, but it did occasionally pop up in Archie comics at least. And sometimes it appears on some other merchandise products, but the fact that there's only ever been one plush of this guy, and this character is, I would say he's quite popular. I'd say he's quite popular. I mean, if I ever saw some Hedgehog merch available, such as an action figure or a plush, you can bet I'd buy it just because it's the Hedgehog. Where else are you going to get a plush or a figurine of the Hedgehog these days? Now, with regards to this specific plush, I actually own it. In fact, I showcased it on my channel several years ago in an unboxings video. Unfortunately, the plush is now in storage somewhere and I can't remember where I put it, so yeah, I can't actually show it off on camera at the moment, but this plush is somewhere between a good and a great plush. There's plushies which are way better than it, and there's also plushies which are a lot worse than it. It's kind of a middle ground. In fact, that's true for a lot of GE Entertainment's plush lines. They're somewhere between good and great. You know, they're not the greatest plushies ever, but they're certainly not the worst. They're that good middle ground. Now, the thing with this plush as well is the Hedgehog plush was heavily bootlegged. In fact, so many people own the bootlegged version just because it was only released again in very limited numbers, and due to the popularity of the Hedgehog character, it was heavily bootlegged, and there's still quite a lot of bootlegged versions of this plush out there, even in some retail stores. You know those kind of Japanese import pop culture shops that you sometimes see in big metropolitan cities? Yeah, quite a lot of those are actually bootlegs now. The original one's also quite pricey last time I checked this out, if you can find it, so I'm quite glad that this guy is getting a re-release. And they're also re-releasing their Supersonic plush. Now, this plush I actually do own, and I actually have it here, so let's take a quick look at what it is that you're getting if you buy the re-release. So again, I would say that this plush falls somewhere between the good and great in terms of level of quality. I mean, they've got the spikes correct on it. It does have some kind of weird pose. The material feels a bit weird. It's not that super soft material that a lot of modern plushies have, but I mean, there's very little mistakes on it. In fact, there isn't really anything that's a mistake on it. And don't forget as well, this was the first affordable Supersonic plush. The only one that came out before this was the Sonic the Fighters plush, which was ridiculously expensive if you want that. In fact, I would say that a lot of people are really trying to rip off fellow collectors with that now, since it's not the only Supersonic plush available. You're literally buying the rights to own a Sonic the Fighters Supersonic plush, which, yeah, I really don't see why people are charging thousands for that. It really isn't worth that if you ask me. But anyway, this was the first affordable Supersonic plush that was available. Now, though, you can get Supersonic plushies from Tomy, and did Jazzwares actually make a Supersonic plush as well? I can't remember. I know that there have been a lot of other Supersonic plushies now, so they're not that difficult to get a hold of. But anyway, it's nice that they are doing that if you want another Supersonic plush, and I know that people do collect Supersonic merch, so there is that. Now, as for some of the other items that they're re-releasing a Sonic the Hedgehog throw blanket, and this one's kind of cool because it actually has Sonic, Shadow, and Silver on there, so yeah, I guess we could call this a Sonic 06 product, even though it's not. You know, it's got the playable characters from Sonic 06 on there, at least the main ones. Yay for Silver fans, I guess. And there's a few other smaller items as well, such as a few key rings, this plush bag, and of course some drawstring bags, but nobody really cares about them, unless you're one of the people that, oh my god, I must collect every single Sonic draw bag that ever exists. But more interestingly is this, some Sonic shoes. Now, these are slippers, and I love this description, one size fits most. Wow. So, I know there's kind of a big thing in the fanbase right now about why doesn't anybody make official Sonic the Hedgehog shoes that you can actually go out in. The irony is, a lot of companies have actually made Sonic-themed slippers. A few years back, the fashion chain Drop Dead actually made some limited edition Sonic slippers, and they were based off Sonic shoes, and I think now they're actually very expensive. In fact, they were quite pricey back when they came out. These items, I'm not sure if these ever got released. I know they appeared on GE Entertainment's trade show websites, but I'm not 100% sure if they ever made it to retail, but it does indeed look like they are on the way at last. So I would wear these in the winter when it gets colder, because I think they're really awesome and really cool, plus it makes me look like I'm Sonic the Hedgehog, which is also a bonus. So as for some other items which are coming out that have been confirmed, they're also re-releasing their Shadow the Hedgehog plush. This one's coming out in September. In fact, I think most of this stuff is actually getting released around June and September time, so I don't know if you can read anything into that. I think that's just the typical release date for a lot of this stuff. You know, it's not going to be like, oh my god, that's going to tie into a video game release. No, GE Entertainment very, very rarely ever tied anything to a video game release. In fact, when they re-released their Babylon Rogues and even the Chaotix plushies that they did, those characters weren't even in any games that were out at that time, so they usually do release stuff kind of against the grain of when Sega does. But anyway, guys, you can see the full collection of the items that they are re-releasing on Toy Wiz and Entertainment Earth, and there's a few little other things that I haven't talked about in this video, like this cute and adorable Cream the Rabbit mug. So, fans of Cream the Rabbit who like to have coffee with cream, they've got you covered. Anyway, guys, I will be keeping a very close eye on this one because I think GE Entertainment's products are actually kind of okay. Some of them are brilliant, some of them are not so great. You know, they usually fall into that middle ground area, and if they start releasing plushies based off characters that have never had merchandise made for them before, or that don't usually get merchandise made for them, such as Infinite, we don't have an Infinite plush yet, I will be very interested to see what they come up with, and I'll be very interested to see what else gets remade, because don't forget everybody, this is the company that made a plushie based off Chaos. Oh yeah. So they are not afraid to go with the less lesser popular characters. I, for one, want to see a Gamma plush. I really want to see a new Gamma plush. Anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts on this. Let me know what you would like to see GE Entertainment make, and is there any of these that you want to see in your house? Let me know in the comments. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I will see you again next time. Goodbye.